Have you ever thought about what happens to our happiness as we age? As we age, many things change. Our bodies and how we feel pleasure. But here's the thing. Pleasure doesn't have to go away as we get older. Masturbation is a beneficial way for older people to connect with their bodies, take stress away, and even improve their health. When it comes to physical and mental health, there are some important things to keep in mind. In today's video, we're going to talk about the truth of the psychological effects of self-pleasure in later years. You will learn about masturbation in older people, from the surprising emotional benefits it can bring to the problems it may cause. Regular self-pleasure can improve your health, improve your sleep, and restore your sense of power over your body. But we'll also talk about the bad things that could happen, like how masturbating too much can cause. You'll learn a lot about the topic of emotional isolation or physical pain by the end of this movie. Whether you're getting older or just starting, finding the right mix is important for this practice to be a healthy part of getting older. If you want to learn more about this often confused subject, you'll leave with information that can affect your mental and physical health. I'll also discuss the methods and motivations behind the ongoing research on this topic. Maintaining equilibrium is crucial for your well-being, so join me as I reveal the truth. If you haven't already, subscribing to I might change the way you think about happiness and getting older. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Thank you very much for your help. If you like this video, please help me continue teaching good lessons by giving it a like and sharing it. We're dealing with a very touchy and frequently mistaken subject, the pleasure of old age. This subject is important, but social taboos and misunderstandings often shroud them in silence. It's time to dispel the myths and respect the truth of aging with a more realistic outlook, with an open mind and compassion. This talk isn't just for young people, nor is it just for adults. It's not just for individuals in their twilight years. It's for all adults, especially those nearing stages of life, making them think again about what pleasure means in the context of getting older. Masturbation is often reduced to something as simple as touching someone is more than just a physical act. It's a deep, personal look inside. The thing we really want is a private refuge that gives our souls a safe place to be in this busy, demanding world. We frequently overlook the profound connection between our thoughts, bodies, and emotions. Still, self-pleasure gives us a chance to get back in touch with ourselves in a useful and satisfying way. It stops being just a way to let off steam and turns into a safe place where we can escape the stresses of we strive to love ourselves and heal our bodies in our everyday lives. It's a practice that calms the mind and takes care of the body. It soothes the body and soothes the soul, providing a brief moment of tranquility in a world often filled with chaos. It's crucial to prioritize getting physical pleasure while reducing mental stress. Being human is a timeless aspect that holds significance regardless of our age or location. Life. As we get older, the practice gets deeper and more complicated. With the seemingly endless energy of youth, the body slowly goes through a number of natural changes. Changes in our bodies, our awareness of them and our wants can make us feel like we don't know our bodies. Despite these changes, happiness remains. It simply shifts in its form. What may have been a fiery rush of energy or love turns into something more polished and personal. More importantly, it's crucial to remember that our capacity for happiness remains intact as we age, just changes form. It may not be as strong as when we were younger, but we still feel physical desire, Masturbation ceases to be a mindless act and transforms into a call to discovery. Rediscover ourselves, get closer to our bodies, and find out what makes us happy in this new year. During the stage of life, it helps us manage the shifting landscape of our wants with care and thought, turning them down. Pleasure is something that is exclusive to the younger generation. Instead, we learn that happiness doesn't depend on age. Time is timeless, changeable, and changes as we do. Self-connection turns into an active. It's about getting back in touch with our bodies and loving them just the way they are now, with all of their changes, complexities. It gives us a chance to let go of the demands and pressures that come with being young. It is important to approach pleasure with peace and acceptance. In this place, there is no shame or guilt, just the bare truth. Having a real sense of joy is an act of deep self-respect and recognition of our continued, we are alive, and very quickly, as we get older, we may start to feel deeply physically and emotionally vulnerable, and we may feel as though we are losing ourselves in the situation. Time that our bodies don't look like the active, young selves we used to have. But in these moments, masturbation gives us a chance to regain that sense of control and tell ourselves that we are still in charge, even as we change. They still deserve love, care, and pleasure. This can enhance your self-esteem. This act serves as a statement that we still deserve to be in touch with our bodies. We shouldn't see our aging bodies as burdens or sources of disappointment. Instead, we should care for and respect them. It can help you feel peaceful and okay with things that might be difficult to access in any other way. For some, masturbating is more than just a physical act. It's a way to show they love and respect themselves, and a chance to love our bodies the way they are now instead of being sad about how they have changed. Masturbating for pleasure in any form can be dangerous, especially if done excessively or out of a need to do it. Masturbation can have a darker effect on a person's emotions when it turns into something. Plus, if you use it too much or depend on it too much, it can easily stop being a tool and become more than that. Excessive masturbation can sometimes be used as a self-soothing strategy for things that make older people feel bad. These situations are likely to make you angry, confused, or even emotionally empty. Though initially responsive, the body may become less sensitive to touch over time. In the short term, sensitivity may appear to be beneficial, but it can quickly turn into a source of pain. To achieve the same level of pleasure that previously made you feel good, your body requires more intense or frequent stimulation. Now, achieving your goals requires more effort, leading to frustration and feelings of inadequacy. The act of masturbation can turn into a source of disappointment, anxiety, and self-doubt for people. People may feel emotionally stuck when they learn they can't get the same pleasure or release from their bodies. When someone is in pain and feels cut off from both other people and their body, it can be a paradox. Deeply disturbing, the act that is supposed to bring comfort can sometimes make people feel even more alone. But masturbation has effects on the mind that go far beyond the body. For example, the body may react in some ways. The mental effects of masturbation are stronger and last longer as we get older. Many individuals experience a growing sense of isolation and loneliness due to the natural fluctuations of life. Friends die, families split up, and social networks get smaller and smaller in these tough times. Masturbation can become a coping mechanism when someone is emotionally weak and the pain of being alone is too much to bear. Temporary solace, a short-lived comfort that takes your mind off of the deeper, more painful truths of. For some people, this act of mental isolation is a way to avoid sadness, anxiety, or depression. In private, quiet times, masturbation can help you forget about the pain of being alone. Being isolated from friends and family, coupled with the sadness that comes with aging, is a common experience. But when masturbation becomes if you rely solely on it for emotional support, it could potentially leave you with a dangerous emotional void rather than filling tithe. Agony of solitude intensifies when people resort to masturbation as a coping mechanism. Over time, it has the potential to replace the deep human relationships that are essential for our health and happiness, leading to a cycle of dependence in which the person uses self-pleasure to dull or trying to avoid the mental pain of being alone instead of dealing with the reason they are alone. Can become a particularly sneaky trap for older people because it makes them feel even more alone, which is exactly what they want to avoid. They are growing increasingly reliant on masturbation, and the more they use it to manage stress, the more a person should look for real physical relationships with other people, because being alone can be very painful. Once a private and close act turns into a solitary one, further cutting the person off from the world around them, this being emotionally alone is especially dangerous for older people because many of them don't realize they're doing it. Over time, the comfort of familiar routines or habits of solitude gradually replaces the need for human interaction. A person may not even be aware of how much masturbation has replaced or lessened their social interactions. It becomes a quiet, unnoticed way of self-soothing that gives short-term relief, but makes the general feeling of mental emptiness. And the more they practice alone, the farther away they become from the chance to build deep, satisfying bonds with other people. Masturbation was once seen as valuable, even if our bodies and our wants change. If you are still watching this, we still deserve the close, quiet pleasure that masturbation can give us. If you have watched the video and found these lessons helpful, please leave a comment below to let me know you are still here. Recognition is very important. Pleasure is valid and essential at any age, but it's especially important as we age. Masturbation has amazing health and mental benefits, and medical studies are still finding out more about them. Regular self-pleasure has a big effect on older people because it keeps the blood flowing well in the groin area. It's crucial to safeguard crucial cells that might deteriorate or contract if left unutilized. Less physical exercise as you get older can cause a number of health problems. It also helps keep your muscles in shape, tone, and can even help with pelvic health, which lowers the risk of age-related problems like incontinence or less ability to acquire and maintain sexual partners is present, but the rewards extend far beyond that. The emotional and mental benefits are huge. Masturbation releases strong hormones which make you feel good. Our body's natural happiness hormones quickly make us feel better and improve our mood. Endorphins are naturally beneficial for you and can help with stress, worry, and depression, heart and mind. As we age, it can be easy to lose touch with our sense of self or to lose sight of. Joy used to come easily, but this practice reminds us we can still do it. When we truly feel the joy of being alive and kicking, it gives us the message is gentle and loving, reminding us that we still have the right to happiness, regardless of our age. It's true that pleasure is not the same as happiness and satisfaction. Not only is it a benefit for young people, but it is a birthright that endures forever. It may be later in life that you enjoy this privilege. Even more important because it shows a link with our bodies, a way to respect ourselves. And it is a confirmation that we can still enjoy the variety of life even as we deal with the challenges of getting older. It is essential to give ourselves time and space to explore and enjoy this deeply human experience. This practice does not, as we age, it transforms, deepens, and plays a crucial role in our journey towards peace and acceptance. We agree with ourselves that masturbation, which lasts longer than a few seconds, has benefits for people over 50. Regular self-pleasure can greatly enhance sleep quality, which is an important part of staying healthy. As we age, finding restful, uninterrupted sleep can feel like a rare privilege. When you feel relaxed after self-pleasure, it's like a gentle request to stop doing the act. Reducing stress, calming the mind, and allowing the body to sink into the relaxation. We all know how important it is to get enough sleep. The foundation for maintaining good physical health, mental clarity, and emotional strength is maneuvering less as we age, is more than just a physical act. It's a way of taking back control of our bodies and respecting them. It serves as a reminder that we deserve love, happiness, and fulfillment. And it's a call to action. Get in touch with our bodies again so we can accept them as they are and keep enjoying life's pleasures no matter what. How they change completely and without reason is fascinating. It's a reminder that all kinds of pleasure will always be around. A very important part of humanity that can continue to improve and change our lives well into old age. Although most people consider masturbation to be a private and personal aspect of sexuality, it actually has very serious psychological effects that are often missed or undervalued. It can be life-changing in many ways. This empowering exercise helps you become more self-aware, encourages self-compassion, and opens the door. People, especially older adults, should take back control and ownership over their bodies. As we age, our bodies naturally change. As people age, their skin loses its elasticity and starts to feel like it doesn't belong to them anymore. Less flexibility and strength and things that used to give you life and power may start to feel strange. Or, unfortunately, masturbation can turn into an issue for people whose physical youth is fading. Something very powerful helps people regain control in a world that often makes them feel helpless. Is an action that not only brings back physical pleasure, but also helps people get back in touch with when done mindfully and in moderation. Masturbation can be a highly intimate and comforting way to connect with oneself. This can be an opportunity to relax and view your body not as a source of pain or loss, but as a means of carrying you. This connection with older people is still able to bring times of joy, comfort, and fulfillment. The body can heal itself. A way to. Slowly, the process of self-empowerment and connection devolves into a cycle of emotional exhaustion, feeding into the core. The intention was to assist those who were experiencing loneliness. If you are still watching this movie and think these lessons are helpful, please leave a comment. Please respond below to confirm your continued support and your agreement that masturbation is not intrinsically harmful. Mindfulness and moderation can help make this a healthy and beneficial way to show your sexuality. Connect with your body and feel good about your own worth. It can serve as a lesson that you can still find pleasure in old age. Is still possible and important, but not when it replaces deep, complex connections with other people. It stops being able to serve its higher emotional purpose and stops being a source of It could hinder our ability to connect with others and ourselves, something we should strive to avoid. There exists a delicate boundary between utilizing masturbation for self-care and allowing it to transform into an emotional outlet. Masturbation, a crutch that ultimately keeps us even more alone, has complex mental effects. We shouldn't view it as a separate activity because it connects to other aspects of our lives. When implemented as part of a larger plan for self-care, social connection, and mental health, masturbation, when done with care and awareness, can be a good way to express yourself and have fun, but overpowers our lives, taking the place of social contact or acting as a way to deal with deeper problems. It can cause more harm than good when it comes to mental health issues. Masturbation's true healing power is found in its ability. Toit is a tool that can help us connect more deeply with our bodies, ourselves, and the world around us. Accept that you will get older with grace, but only if you have love connections and emotional satisfaction. If we try to restore balance, we might lose the very sense of relationship we care about. Happiness is the most important aspect of life, particularly as we age and our bodies begin to age. Sometimes the stress of everyday life can be too much to handle. So masturbating can be a little, but an important source of physical comfort. It can ease pain, offer times of relaxation, and produce a sense of independence at a time when many things in life seem out of our hands. For some, this act becomes a safe place to be. It gives them a place to temporarily avoid the stresses and realities of getting older. It's a way for them to show some level of control. Despite the difficulty in establishing emotional or physical connections, freedom persists. Masturbation serves not only as a physical need, but also as a means to maintain a sense of self and identity. Independence is important, but when this practice shifts from occasional self-care to frequent or excessive self-care, the effects can be very different. What used to help with physical pain and mental comfort can now quickly turn into a harmful force that takes away the very freedom it was meant to protect. There are many negative feelings that can come from masturbating, ranging from deep anger to deep sadness. Instead of giving you a sense of control, loneliness can make you emotionally dependent on someone else. Being alone becomes a way to fill an inner void that intimacy or relationships can't. Self-care used to boost your sense of self-worth, but now worry and shame are taking its place. At its worst, this pattern can lead to extreme isolation, leaving the person with no emotions as they slowly withdraw into. They find themselves choosing the peaceful path of self-pleasure over the harder, but ultimately more satisfying path: contact, an emotional link, and intimacy. What started out as a way to show independence turned into an emotional putting up a wall that keeps out the ties that could provide real support and connection over time. Withdrawing slowly can make you feel even more cut off from other people, making it harder to get involved again. That once came from sharing stories with loved ones or making deep connections with people can fade and be replaced by a deep loneliness that gets worse over time. What does the new study tell us? When people talk about masturbation and getting older, the subject is complicated. On the one hand, clinical studies have shown over and over that masturbation is a healthy and normal thing to do in moderation. It is a normal part of life for people of all ages. It can help your health in many ways, like lowering your stress and making you feel better. And better sleep for older people in particular. It may be an important way to keep up physical pleasure. When your health or other factors prevent you and your partner from engaging in sexual intimacy as frequently or at all, conscious masturbation releases endorphins, which improve your mood. Many older people struggle with taking care of their health and reducing stress or worry. Even though modest self-pleasure can be beneficial for you, excessive or compulsive masturbation comes with a lot of risks. Masturbation can become harmful when it develops into an addiction, particularly in older individuals. Not only have studies focused on physical health, but also on mental and social well-being. Long-term masturbating has effects, and while the exact effects may be different for each person, the most common ones are: studies have linked problems to tiredness, mental withdrawal, and a lack of drive for other aspects of life. If someone masturbates too much, it can quickly make them physically tired, both sexually and in other ways. Self-pleasure, especially when done frequently, can deplete the body's general energy stores. It can leave a person feeling worn out and drained. This fatigue is not limited to the physical body. It can also impact the mental and emotional realms, can leave a person feeling mentally cloudy or detached, overworked, and the body has to recover from running out of energy. This could cause a drop in keeping people motivated to engage in other activities that are essential for a healthy, well-rounded lifestyle. May be the most challenging task. This fatigue can discourage people from engaging in physical activities. For older people, staying busy is very important. Maintaining a healthy weight and appearance is not the only goal, but also maintaining a healthy heart and strong muscles. Flexibility. Engaging in physical activity is an effective strategy to combat the typical impacts of aging. Less mobility, weaker muscles, and less bone mass are common symptoms. But when the urge to masturbate may physically or mentally prevent someone from doing it, taking care of other important things such as exercising, socializing, or even pursuing personal interests is crucial. This increases the person's physical and mental isolation as they become more and more sedentary. Masturbating excessively can lead to a lack of physical movement, which can emotionally disconnect people from their surroundings. Having a lot of health issues later in life, like heart disease, osteoporosis, muscle loss, and when you lose flexibility, parts of your body that require regular movement and activity begin to deteriorate. Compulsions drain people's energy and enthusiasm, so they don't use them very often. The road to a sedentary lifestyle becomes the norm, which has long-term effects on both physical and mental health. To be truly happy and healthy, you need to find a balance between taking care of yourself and making connections with other people. Physical exercise is important for staying healthy and content as we age. Masturbation, when approached with mindfulness and moderation, can still be a healthy and natural way for many older people to deal with stress. But it's important that it doesn't take the place of the greater emotional needs that drive human connection. Too much of it can get in the way of living a full life, robbing people of the drive and energy they need to enjoy the benefits of exercise, friendship, and emotional well-being. The real problem, then, lies in the knowing when to enjoy yourself and when to avoid it is crucial. Being able to approach self-pleasure with awareness is crucial. It requires honest self-reflection and a readiness to act when something crosses into something worse. Identify your emotional needs and have the bravery to reach out to others when you feel disconnected or lonely. Start to show up. Only by accepting this balance can we really live full, healthy lives that are satisfying. Not in the short-term escape of self-indulgence, but in the long-term happiness that comes from being in touch with ourselves, our bodies, and the world around us. Attention to more than physical health is crucial as we age. And the old, but also on the emotional and mental aspects that are often overlooked among these complexities. One important question that may come up is how self-stimulation affects relationships with other people. Relationships. As individuals age, many experience feelings of loneliness, particularly those who live alone. Growing older and the possibility of losing a partner can exacerbate this loneliness. Masturbation may seem like a beneficial way for people to meet their sexual and mental needs in these situations. While this may help in the short run, meeting these needs one-on-one is generally safe. People should think carefully about the long-term effects on their mental health and relationships. The dynamics can get even more confusing in long-term relationships. Over time, excessive or compulsive masturbation can gradually replace the intimacy that once existed between two individuals. An important part of a romantic relationship is intimacy, which can come in many ways. Physical and sexual intimacy is a key way to build trust and care for each other. However, if masturbation becomes commonplace, or even the primary activity, it may gradually replace these shared behaviors. Experiences that widen the gap between lovers by replacing shared affection with pleasure in solitude can make a person feel emotionally alone and physically neglected, even if both partners are present. In the same space, partners may start to feel like they're having separate lives instead of sharing one. An invisible wall may replace the love and care that dogs desire to share. There is no malice, but because one partner is more focused on self-pleasure, the other becomes less important. You may feel rejected or like the deep emotional link you use to grow through. There can be a growing sense of detachment and loneliness over time, which can make shared closeness less important. Anger, frustration, and sadness arise as both individuals desire to be closer, yet appear to be moving further apart. No matter how hard they try, they can't get close to each other emotionally. This emotional distance can sometimes lead to a slow, but when one or both partners feel ignored and overlooked, the relationship can fall apart in a big way. When a once close relationship transforms into a friendship, it can be heartbreaking. This rising distance can't allow for the sweet moments of affection that used to keep the relationship going. Evoke feelings of abandonment, emotional neglect, and a desire for the closeness that solitary acts have taken the place of. This kind of situation can quickly make one or both partners feel lost and frustrated because they feel like they have no control. At this crucial juncture, finding balance becomes crucial in mending the growing mental rift between them. Maintaining the relationship, engaging in balanced masturbation, and maintaining a loving and close relationship are all important. Partnership can be a beneficial thing to have, but it shouldn't take the place of or hurt the private times that bring two people together, but rather that they enhance each other's sexual and emotional pleasure, making sure it doesn't take the place of the deep caring effect that partners need to keep their shared events. Open communication and mutual respect are essential for maintaining the relationship. If you are physically close, it's still important in their relationship. If you are still watching this movie and think these lessons are helpful, please leave 3 comments below to let me know. However, for me, the psychological impact of excessive masturbation extends beyond its physical manifestation. Many older people, especially those who grew up in cultures where sexuality was deeply ingrained, have experienced a change in their relationships. Ostracized or taboo individuals carry years of shame and guilt inside them. These deeply held beliefs, often shaped by family, religion, or social norms, can cause a lot of emotional burden when they're enjoying themselves. And for many, masturbation starts a fight inside them. Men and women naturally have a strong, often overwhelming desire for sexual activity. When someone feels like something is sinful, shameful, or ethically wrong, they may find it very upsetting. When people look for joy, they may feel a lot of shame, guilt, and regret, which can set off a cycle of self-punishment and self-loathing, are the battle between the need to have fun and the fear of moral violations can make a person feel negative about themselves, which makes it challenging for them to enjoy the straightforward things in life. The emotional burden of this struggle can lead to feelings of deep inadequacy, thereby diminishing your enjoyment of life's simple pleasures. Individuals often experience a loss of self-respect and a diminished sense of self-worth. The shame that often comes with these actions can last for a long time, persisting in the mind. These deep emotional scars exacerbate feelings of loneliness and isolation. Many people who put themselves through this kind of emotional pain end up feeling emotionally alone as they pull away. As their self-judgment increases, they might find it increasingly difficult to open up to others, potentially creating a vicious cycle. Being alone and not being able to balance your wants with your strong views can make your loneliness worse. Feeling trapped in a never-ending cycle of guilt can exacerbate feelings of loneliness. Keeping your distance can exacerbate many mental health issues such as anxiety, sadness, and hopelessness. Over time, they can cause significant harm to your mental and emotional well-being, leading to feelings of isolation and distress. It's more important than ever that people don't lose touch with themselves or others in these conditions. Masturbation can quickly turn from a short-term way to feel better to a harmful habit that hurts your emotions. It can lead to increased frustration and emotional dependency, which can negatively impact your health and overall well-being. Having a deeper sense of being alone is why self-compassion and awareness are so important. Knowing that self-stimulation can hurt your mental and physical health. It's not enough to just avoid the emotional aspects of this behavior. It's important to face and understand them. This is for the purpose of fostering a better, more healthy relationship with our sexuality. This is the path to emotional well-being. Content means knowing and accepting yourself, as well as being ready to enjoy your sexuality in a healthy way. In a measured way, it means recognizing the complicated feelings that can come up when we want something and also encouraging, and we can only hope for an environment of emotional support and closeness with our partners if we understand and accept them. To deal with the feelings that come up with getting older and being sexual in a way that supports mental, emotional, and social health, self-compassion, and being willing to talk to others are the keys to breaking free from the cycle of shame. Shame prevents us from leading emotionally rich and happy lives. No matter what age we are, as we wrap up today's talk, I want you to think about everything we've talked about. We will delve into the psychological and social dimensions of self-stimulation, its impact on relationships, and its potential to transform our lives. In general, how important is it to stay close to your partner in old age? I hope that this video has helped you understand how deeply held views can cause internal conflict, how to handle these sensitive topics with care and understanding. Please let me know. Which lesson from today will you apply? Please share your answer. Please share your thoughts in the area below the video. Your feedback is very important and it can help other people. Also talked about their journey. If you liked this video, please leave a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and for more videos like this, please subscribe to our YouTube feed. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Coming from you,